What's going on YouTube? It's your girl Cassie Lately and I am back with a new video. Now today's video is going to be called How to Become a Media Correspondent. Or like myself, I'm a freelance media correspondent and at my 9 to 5 also do media reporting there as well. So I'm going to be giving you guys some tips on how you can get started in the field. I know it's kind of like a field now that a lot of people are now opening up their eyes to, with everything becoming so digital and social media, sports journalism. The journalism world or media world is not so unheard of or taboo, or what are you going to do with that degree, things like that nature. So still, a lot of people still have questions on how do you get into it? How do I contact people? Like, just so many questions. So I'm going to give you guys 5 tips, just 5 tips for today. This is going to be a 3-part series because it's so much information, and all of the information may not work for you, may not work for this person or that person, but I only can recommend what has worked for me and just certain tips that I would just want to share along the journey. So I want the average high school student or someone who is close to college or in college right now, this video is for you. If you just feel like I want to know certain steps and I just want to know where to begin, this video is for you. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can be on point when the next video drops, because like I said, it's going to be a 3-part series on how to become a media correspondent. All right, so let's get into it. Tip number 1. I would suggest doing any type of classes in high school that you can think of that will help you get comfortable with speaking in public. In high school, I didn't really do drama classes, but I definitely took advantage of any type of public speaking class or event or any type of program that would allow me to be just speaking up and acting or reporting and things like that. So the first tip is, if you are in high school, try to choose a high school if you can, if you have any type of control in it. Any type of high school that's like a performing arts high school, or find classes in high school that would allow you to get into that drama bag, the theater bag, or reporting bag. That's going to be the first tip. Now, the second tip I would suggest is definitely picking the right type of college. This is super important. You don't want to pick a college like, let's just say, for example, no shade, but you pick something like Spelman and you know you want to do media reporting, and Spelman doesn't even offer anything in that major, anything in that realm. So that wouldn't make sense. So you definitely want to make sure you're picking the right type of college that have the courses and the classes and things on campus that would cater to media, reporting, broadcast journalism. So for myself, I started at a 2-year college and then I transferred to a 4-year university, Georgia State. Go Blue! But I transferred to Georgia State. Now at Georgia State, I picked journalism, and the concentration that I had to choose between was print journalism, public relations, and intro to telecommunications. So, but telecommunications still had all of the courses that you needed, which is news writing, digital news and publishing, creative writing, advanced media writing, TV newscasts, radio news. Like, it had so many courses under that concentration. So I was just like, perfect. So that tip, number 2, definitely picking the right type of college. And when you get to college, it's going to be kind of sucky for a minute because you're going to have to go through all them boring ass classes, things that you don't even care about. I was so miserable because you don't really get into the classes that's deep in your concentration until you're almost a junior, or you're a junior or a senior. But when you get to that point, it's so worth it because now you're taking classes that actually has something to do with what you want to do with your career. So even just, doing my notes for this video, just thinking back, I just remember being so excited and so hungry. One thing that I forgot that I did, once again, I just discovered this as I was getting ready for this video, was that Georgia State had a radio station on campus. And so in between classes, when I had 30 minutes, 45 minutes in between the next class, I used to go to the radio station and actually just go in there and rearrange and organize CDs, or just want to just sit in there for 15, 20 minutes just to be in the essence of how they're doing things and what they're doing, because I just loved it that much. And so you can do things like that. Nowadays, with our cell phones and how capable our cell phones are, you can just see things that are going on campus and just start reporting and start recording and get the programs on your computer and just edit it out and put it on your Instagram, put it on your YouTube, even yourself, just to be building up your own resume, your own experience. But if I knew what I knew now, I definitely would have been doing that. But for the most part in college, being that I had my daughter and I was working a 9 to 5, I just had enough time really to just go to school, do my work, do little things like that, and get up out of there. So college is definitely important. Like I said, some people are for college, some people are definitely not. You definitely don't need a college degree to do news reporting or media reporting, but it definitely does help. And also, while you're in college, focus on maybe starting a demo reel, because like I said, a lot of those classes, you will be recording things, you will be reporting, you'll be doing different projects. Some classes, that's all you do. Like when it got down to my senior year, one class, that's all we did was we had to go find topics and things that was going on the campus, actually write out a script, go and record. They introduced what B-roll is, so we had to shoot B-roll. Like it was like a whole thing of, hey, this is how the world is if you was a reporter and you had to do it all with just you and your cameraman. That was the best class I ever took in my freaking life. And I was so sad when that class ended. But save all of that footage and end up turning that into a demo reel, because then that will help you when it come down to when you graduate and when you need something to show for. I know I just graduated, but this is the little experience that I do have. You don't want to just go into a situation like, just hire me. No. So I know that was a little long-winded, but I cannot stress enough that the college portion, that is definitely a big tip. Tip number 3 kind of goes with tip number 2. While you're in college, make sure you are looking for organizations that you can sign up to, making sure you are seeing what else is available. Do the college have a news station? Maybe you can go there, volunteer, or they may have jobs that you can apply for. They have a radio station. Go and apply for it. I don't care if you're just sitting outside. I don't care. Get to know who's there, who's running things. Just get in the essence of doing something other than going to school, doing the work, and going home. Like I said, I didn't take full advantage of it, but I did get into the realm of it. But if I can go back, I would have really went so much harder with just really being a part of different organizations that I could have signed up for. I don't care if it's doing promo, throwing events on campus, like get involved on campus and anything along the lines of reporting, sports journalism. If you're into sports journalism, go to the games, just report. Then you do your own commentary or you do your own spin on it once you get home. But just do something and just get involved. That would be my 3rd tip. Now, tip number 4 is super important, which is internship. Now, this was my favorite part of college, because when it came down to the internship, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, which is I wanted to get an internship at a radio station. Like I said, my mind wasn't fully made up if I wanted to do news reporting, media correspondent at red carpet events, or if I wanted to do radio. All I knew is that I just wanted to talk and run my mouth and interview people and talk about music. So when it came down to the internship, I only applied to one internship and I freaking got it. I got an internship at a radio station. It was one of the hottest radio stations that was around at the time, called Streets 945. And oh my God, when you get inside those doors, you better go hard. Get to know everybody, get to know what everyone does, learn as much as you can. Because when I went there, I just knew that, yeah, I want to be a radio personality. I would not have ever thought that I would end up getting into audio production, video production. Oh my God, what is the Audacity? What is the Adobe Audition? You know, all these different things, Final Cut Pro, all of these different things, to where now I'm able to write a commercial script, record it, edit it, and it's playing on the radio. The internship, you definitely have to just go hard and learn as much as you can and document as much as you can. There's a lot of things. I had spots that ran on the radio, commercials and things like that, that I don't even have on me now, that I'm still kicking myself to this day. But you definitely want to make sure you save everything and keep everything and document everything. Once again, all of this just goes towards your resume, because if that semester is over with and the internship ends, you want to have something to show for yourself now when it's time to go and apply for jobs. The next thing while you're at the internship is definitely be ready. You know how many times I would just be sitting at the desk answering phone calls and they would just come and say, hey, we need somebody to record this and we only got 10 minutes to put it out. You think you can do it? Yeah. The fuck? Like, okay, yeah. And you got to be ready. You can't say, oh no, I'm scared, I'm shy, I ain't never, okay girl, bye. We'll get somebody else. You got to be ready. Hey, we got this artist coming in 10 minutes. Can you get some questions for us? You think you know? Yes. Actually, here it is. There you go. We don't need that, you know, so you got to go hard. You got to go hard when you get that internship. And like I said, it can be over once the semester over. Now, luckily for me, even when the semester was over, they kept bringing a lot of us back. I was brought back probably about 3 or 4 times. So that 1 semester internship ended up lasting for like 2.5, 3 years. And I'm talking about just one of the best times of my life. Tip number 5. Once you have went through high school, once you've went through college, you have participated in certain things on campus, started to build your resume, you've landed the internship, even more adding things to your resume, perfecting your craft. Tip number 5, start your own. Don't be afraid to start your own platform. And this is not to be confused with trying to mix and mingle and things like that. No, it's just essentially, like I said, the internship can be over after the semester. Then what are you going to do? What are you going to do until you find a job? You're just going to just sit around and just wallow in your sorrow? No, everybody doesn't get a job after the internship ends. Everyone doesn't get hired at the company. Everyone doesn't find a job 3 months or 6 months after graduation. So my number 5 tip would be to start your own platform. Like I said, if you're doing sports journalism, you're doing radio, you're just doing media correspondent, start your own blog on WordPress, start your own channel, YouTube, start your own platform. Because like I said, after about 3 or 4 years, I felt like I had learned so much to where I kind of felt like, not that it wasn't much more for me to learn at the radio station, but I kind of was like, like why kind of be restricted on what I can do and what I can't do and this and that, when I can just start my own thing, do my own thing, start my own channel. And I knew that I wanted to do that and give it 100%. And so I took a leap of faith, or step out on faith, and I started my own platform and I resigned from my internship. I'm glad that I left it on such good terms to where I still have all of those contacts. I'm still able to network with them and actually able to call any of them at any time, because they were all so instrumental in the process and in the journey. But I knew that I had to trust myself and I had to take a leap of faith, you know, and I had to step out, and that's what I did, which is what you're watching now, Lately Entertainment TV. So start your own, you know, like I said, that's why I said it's so important to get to know everyone at the station. You know, don't be afraid to say, hey, don't be afraid to ask, what do you do? What do you do? How do you get into this? How did you get into that? Talk to people. You never know who may be actually into the same thing, or who may have this contact, who may know who may know who. So all of that is going to be instrumental if you end up starting your own platform, or if you just end up needing help when you can't find a job as soon as you probably thought that you would find a job. I cannot stress this enough. Now, like I said, everyone's tips are going to be different because everybody's journey is not the same. Everybody had different paths, different journeys. I can only tell you what has worked for me, and I hope I'm not missing anything. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. If you guys have any tips for someone who is in high school or someone who is just starting college, as far as some tips that may have helped you when it came down to media reporting, please drop those tips below. Video number 2, we would definitely get into, once you start your own platform, okay, how do I apply for a press pass? Who do I even get in contact with? How do I do this? How do I do that? I got you. And definitely video number 3, I'm going to be showing you a lot of the equipment one may need when you want to start your own media reporting platform. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell, because I definitely got more heat dropping for you guys. And I'm here to help you out, guys. Like I said, if you have any tips, anything that I forgot, please drop it in the comments below. But like I said, please subscribe, and I will be back with you with another video. Thanks for watching.